Joe Biden is refusing to answer simple questions about the Supreme Court, especially whether or not he would pack the court. So let's get into this. Welcome to Discourse Politics, everyone. This week, I will be focusing on comparing polls as they sit this week, which is October 12th, 2020, and compare them to how they did in 2016. I'll also go in depth on the problems with 2016 polling and how I believe that those problems are going to carry forward into 2020, but those are going to come out later this week. But let's get back on the topic of Joe Biden and the Supreme Court. So let's go back a couple of weeks. This was before or around the time Donald Trump nominated Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. This is what Joe Biden said to a reporter when asked, well, if you want the American people to decide, who are you going to put up on the court?
And number three, what he's doing here is trying to change the subject. He wants the discussion about who I would appoint.
Should voters know? Should voters know who you're going to appoint?
No, they don't, but they will. If I'm elected, they'll know in plenty of time.
Word salad. That made absolutely no sense. They'll know in plenty of time. The short of this is they have to elect me to know who I'm going to nominate to the Supreme Court. That's a strange position to take, especially if you're harping about the fact that you want the American people to decide on this election who gets to nominate. Well, put up some names. And the reason he won't do that is because at the time of this statement, it was about 2 weeks ago, there were more liberals who were motivated about the Supreme Court than there were conservatives. The moment he announces names, I guarantee you that would flip. Historically, conservatives are more concerned about the Supreme Court and who is nominated than liberals. And when he announces names, and those names are looked at as judges, conservatives would not like it. And they would get even more enthusiastic about voting for Donald Trump. That's why he won't name names. So now the natural segue is, if you don't get your way, are you going to pack the Supreme Court? And here's what he has to say.
They'll know my opinion of court packing when the election is over. Now look, I know it's a great question, and I don't blame you for asking it. But you know, the moment I answer that question, the headline in every one of your papers will be about that.
Well, no duh, Joe. I wonder why that is. Because your campaign is pushing for the next president should decide. And it looks like Donald Trump is going to go through with pushing through his Supreme Court nominee. Then the question is, are you going to pack the court? And the reason that's an important question is because people actually want to know the answer to that question. This isn't just something that people are wondering about. This isn't just Republicans that want to know. Everyone wants to know, Joe. Let me walk that back a little bit. Most people want to know, are you going to pack the Supreme Court? It's a very unpopular opinion. But the problem is, again, he can't answer this question. Because like the last question, if he answers it, it makes conservatives more motivated to vote. Unless if he answers it the way that I think he's going to answer it, which is no, he's not going to pack the Supreme Court, he loses the left. Whereas the last question, if he actually answered the last question about who he's going to nominate to the Supreme Court, it would motivate conservatives. If he answers the question the way I think he's going to answer the question, which is he's not going to pack the Supreme Court, even though Kamala Harris wants to pack the Supreme Court, then he loses the left. He's in a no-win situation.
Other than focusing on what's happening now. The election has begun. There's never been a court appointment once an election begun. 4 million or so people have already voted. They're denying the American people the one shot they have under constitutional law to be able to have their input. And that is picking the person who can name who they want me to lay out in detail what I'm going to do after that, if I'm the president. If I'm not the president, he gets to pick it. Thank you.
He keeps saying that President Trump is trying to change the subject. This is an important subject, Joe, and you're the one who's pushing this subject. It's not like Donald Trump is necessarily leading this discussion. It's your side that's pushing for him not to nominate somebody, and then it's your side that's pushing for packing the court. So now when he's in Nevada, let's see how he answers the question when the reporter points out a lot of his viewers want to know the answer to this question. Let's see how Joe Biden responds to that.
Sir, I've got to ask you about packing the courts. And I know that you said yesterday you aren't going to answer the question until after the election. But this is the number one thing that I've been asked about from viewers in the past couple of days.
Well, you've been asked by the viewers who are probably Republicans who don't want me continuing to talk about what they're doing to the court right now.
Utter baloney. Answer the question, Joe. Just answer the question. You want people to wait to find out who you're going to nominate. You want people to wait to find out if you're going to pack the court. That's baloney. This is your subject. This is what you want. You don't want Donald Trump to nominate somebody, so tell us who you're going to nominate and what you're going to do with the Supreme Court.
Well, sir, don't the voters deserve to know where you stand?
No, they don't. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. You're running for president of the United States. I want to know where you stand. You see, I have problems with Donald Trump. I do. I have legitimate problems with Donald Trump. But the thing is through all of his lies, he does wear his truth on his sleeve. He tells you exactly how he feels about every subject. The guy doesn't hold back. There's something to that. There's something I like about that. The fact that you're so squirrely and you won't answer this question leads me to believe that you're not worthy of being the president.
I'm not going to play his game. He'd love me to talk about, and I've already said something on court pack. He'd love that to be the discussion instead of what he's doing now. He's about to make a pick in the middle of an election, first time it's ever been done.
That is a lie. It has happened 29 times in our history that during an election year, a president has nominated someone every single time. Now, of those 29 times that the president has nominated somebody, if the person is of the same party as the Senate, they were overwhelmingly confirmed. I don't know where Joe Biden gets this, and I don't know why he keeps repeating it, and I don't know why journalists don't nail him to the wall on this. The journalist should have said, that's not true. That is not true. We know that's not true. 29 times they've been nominated. I believe it's 13 times they've been actually made a Supreme Court justice during an election year and close to an election. And then he segues into a talking point, which is fair enough. If I were advising Joe Biden, I would say you need to keep talking about healthcare and that Amy Coney Barrett is most likely going to rip away pre-existing condition protections, blah, 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 blah. It's a talking point. It's a strategy. But it doesn't change the fact that he won't answer the simple questions. And it's kind of annoying. This one topic is actually getting under my skin. As I said at the beginning of this video, there will be a lot of in-depth polling, looking deeper into the 2016 polls, the flaws that the 2016 polls had, and how that carries over into 2020 because they haven't solved the problems yet. There are still problems with polling that I want to bring forward and take a look at in 2020. One will be released tomorrow, and I think another one will be released Wednesday, most likely, or maybe Tuesday, Thursday. We'll see. If you like more political and social commentary, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and share this with your friends. And thank you for watching.